Wow, what's up, man? This is your man, Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast, Mr. Mindset Therapy himself. Today, man, we got a special one, man. Got my man, finally found the time to come bless us with his grace, man. But first, man, here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we stand on it 10 toes down. Look, man, I want y'all to understand. Y'all hear me say this every week, but it is real. We don't get on here to glorify, to minimize what we been through. We get on here to share something that maybe someone might can understand or relate to, that may can help them out of their curve. You feel me? Or probably stop someone from even going down one of those streets we went down, and we was blessed to make it off of. They might not be as blessed as we were, but you know what I'm saying? We made it, so we can share that experience, not trying to put a light on it, but trying to put a somewhat of a change. Man, look, man, think before you even take that ride down there, because it ain't what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of old cats don't tell the young ones the ugly side. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, check this out, man. I got a special one for y'all, man. I got my man TD. Man, let me tell you something. It was on the orthodox. I mean, my man met, but it was spirit led, because dudes don't, you don't meet like that. You feel me?
Mm.
But we did through our sons. Our sons played ball together, but man, we hit it off from the beginning. And I can't tell you how many years ago that was. It
Yeah,
seems like
about four.
about 4 years, and
Huh?
every year we've been invited to his house for New Year's, and we've been doing it like that since. New Year's Eve, man, we going by TD, bro, and it's been a blessing. Every year it get better and better. And I thank him, because at the time I was going through it, really going through it, with a lot, grieving, everything. And when they came into our life, it was a big old it was a big old plus, because not only did I need it, my wife and my kids needed that camaraderie, just people to be normal, just normal people, just to celebrate each other and just love on each other. And that's what it was. This is one of my real mentors. He probably don't even family that, but yeah,
Nah.
he's one of my mentors. I get a lot of jewels from this brother. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of wisdom in a lot of different areas, man. He from well, look, I'm not gonna sit
Come on,
here and try.
man. Don't act like you don't
I'm
remember the
not
name.
gonna I'm not gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do
Bogalusa,
that
man.
for the bug, you dig? But I'm gonna let my man introduce himself, bro. But believe me, man, this cut from that cloth, man. Come on, TD, tell the people who you is and what you're doing, where
Yeah,
you
man.
from,
Hello,
blood.
world. Hello, world. Yeah, Tony Durrell from born in Lafayette, Louisiana, but born and raised in Bogalusa, Louisiana. In the tour to boot. Uh, you know, moved out here to Texas, Houston, maybe about 4 years ago from DC. I was in the Marines. My girl was in the Army. My wife was in the Army. Just been at it, man. Just been at it. Like you say, when we met, man, I've been around the world. You meet a lot of people. I'm an energy driven person. It's gonna be 1,000 of them around you. You gotta trust your gut, trust your energy, and I don't force nothing. You meet 1,000 and two of them stick, and them the ones I stick with. You know what I mean? Good, bad, ugly, cute, whatever it's gonna be, we gonna be it together. So London, you've been there for us. Coming through. We know we can count on one thing for sure. You and your crew, y'all coming through. And I don't know if I ever told you, I think I have, but bro, I really appreciate it. Appreciate the friendship, appreciate the loyalty. And yeah, man, I'm excited to be here and see what we got in store. Let's see what we talking about.
Man, man, the future is looking good, man. Because I know you done ran a couple of things down to me. We didn't talk. We talk a lot of people probably, they this behind the scenes, but I know you always been a brother to gravitate that energy, and you're alpha. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You anything you get into, you gonna have it under control, and that's what I like.
yeah,
I hate being a part of. God don't bless no mess, and
yeah,
everything I've been a part of with you been A1 crack from the
yeah,
dough. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? and it works. But we on our way to getting to it, getting to it. You know what I'm saying, and it times, you know what I'm saying. You know, most companies take almost 5 or 6 years to really get into the groove. You know what I'm saying. So I look at us like a corporation. You know what I'm saying. Take a while, but you know all the bills are in place and all the trust factors are there. So you know, and I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? My kid, my family, they already know. You know, they call you Uncle T, so you know what it is, man. And man, you gotta your family is like, man, it is it's like a mirror of a family I didn't seen before, but I just can't tell you where I saw it at. You know, like your family is so orientated to the point to where, like, man, y'all know what each other thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm kind of mirroring myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, the kids are amazing, and kids gonna be kids. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, but man, everything, you know, God is good. You know, and God always put people in the places where he need them to be at, not where you want to be at, but where he needs you to be at. You feel me? So man, but we was gonna we decided to talk about, man, embracing change today. You know what I'm saying? And we know that being black men, change is painful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people stay away from change because they love being comfortable so much. They find it easier to stay in the norm, in the familiar, than to go take luck or take that lick at or take that swing at that wild pitch. You feel me? I was always the one to take the wild swing. You know, I'm swinging at the pitch, bro. Even if I hit or miss, I think I learned more by missing than when I hit. But I just was that one, and sometimes I ain't win. Sometimes I didn't earn. I didn't earn a lot, but I learned a lot. So you know what I'm saying? It was that. So when I met you and I saw, you know, I'm like, man, look like this brother and took all the swings he gonna take and miss. He ain't missing nothing. He ain't missing nothing. You
I
feel
still
me?
miss, man. You know, I can say you gotta
But you
take
make it look good. You make it look good.
yeah. And I mean,
So
I
tell me
think, you
this.
know, the beautiful thing about change to me, man, is it's free. You know what I mean? Like it's free. You know, you don't need nobody else. You don't need no money. You don't need to wait on it. You can wake up. You matter of fact, forget waking up. You can say right now, I'm finna do something different, and really mean and stick to it and do it, right? So that's the beautiful thing to me about change. You know, it's absolutely free. You don't need nothing or nobody to do it. And I agree with you. It is hard, right? It's you get in this comfort zone, you know, it take work, it take discipline, you know, but you know, the beautiful thing about it, and any situation you ever been in, you know, I got family that was on drugs that changed. I got folks that was doing this that changed. I got folks that was doing something, set it down, and never touched it again. You know what I'm saying? That's change. You know what I mean? So it's free. It don't cost you nothing but a little discipline, and I think that's the beauty of it.
Look, this what I want to ask you. All right. I know you come from humble beginnings, man,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of your story, man, coming
Yeah.
from the slums. You know what I'm saying? What was your deciding factor that made you say, "Well, look, man, you know, I can," you know, because everybody, I know
Yeah.
you was good on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have done the streets
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Well, when you looked at your life and looked at the streets, you know you was good at it. You was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But what made you say, "Well, look, I'm gonna go after. I'm gonna go for this"? Because I know you were a brilliant young man. See,
Yeah.
a lot of street niggas don't understand, man. You got some brothers out there from the streets that's smarter than the average belt. I mean,
Yeah.
astronomical smart.
Yeah.
And that was you.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah. So for
What
me,
made you
man,
say, "I'm gonna take advantage of that"?
I mean, if I had to say it, man, really like coming up, Mama always told you, you know, the streets only lead to two places, jail or hell, you know, and them the only two places. You're too small, the law gonna get you. You're too big, the people, you know, the boy from around the corner gonna come get you. You know, so it's a scenario
Man,
where you know that to me, I was we grew up struggling, not really having much, wearing. Me and my brother wore the same clothes, I think, all the way till he was in high school. And but what was different was I was real smart in school for some reason. It wasn't a mama check my homework. It was just a competitive nature, right? If I scored a 99 on my test, I want to know what my point is, right? And
That's
it
right.
was just an innate trait that I had, that I possessed, that I was lucky to have. So what that allowed me to do was see different things, right? So I never, growing up, I only thought it was lawyers. I thought you wore a suit, you was a lawyer. You wore anything hospital related, you was a doctor, fireman, and police. That's all we knew, right? That's all we
Right.
could see. So but the grades that I made allowed me to be in certain groups in school that I didn't hang with out of school, right? So I saw a lot of folks of our color living different. While we
Mm.
had the station wagon that we had to climb in the back because the door won't open, got to climb from the back just to get in the seat.
Thanks.
Somebody else mama driving up in the Lexus, and I'm like, man, I didn't even
Hey,
know that kind of stuff was for us too, right? So
that's
from
right.
a young age, my thought process was good ain't good enough for me. So I never really settled for nothing, from grades to once I was able to buy every pair of shoes, cars, everything. And the thing about it is this, I don't have no vices. I don't have no habits. You know what I mean? I don't have no gambling habit, no drug habit, no drinking habit, no nothing. So every step I took was calculated. You know what I mean? Every step was in front of the next one, going to a certain place. You know what I mean? So for me, man, when I went to the Marines straight out of high school, got out the Marines, started running the streets, and felt like, you know, somebody could have shot me in the mouth and I'd have spit the bullet out. That's how the Marines had me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like when they say they're a little crazy, yeah. We so you gotta fight that off. So I had to fight that off just to come back to the world. But while I was in the world for that little minute, it was I was running every day, all day, fighting, whatever you name it, we was into it. And but it was a young age, right? So I'm early 20s at this point, right? And I knew
Mm-hmm.
that never was the life for me. That ain't never what I wanted to be. I had too much potential to settle for this. And I think that's the beautiful thing. Like each one of us, each individual, you got something in you and you know it. Man, nobody else might know it, but you know it, right? So
That's right.
it's a scenario where you might be running with a crew. I was running with a crew where every day, all day, me and my man, we together from sun up to sundown, but he can't even read. He couldn't even read. He couldn't even fill out job application when we went to fill them out. But me, I'm straight A student. Some of the highest test scores in the state, all these honor student, all these things, but I'm running every day with a guy who don't fit me, right? So sometimes we running with folks, we into things with folks that they journey is not your journey. Their path is not your path. So a lot of times, man, I think when you talk about that change, it's not that you can't change, it's that you're around the wrong folks that won't allow you to change, right? So sometimes you got to change the people that's around you in order for you to do what you need to be doing. And I think that's really what hit me. Went one day, real quick story. We sitting on the porch, we drinking, eating crawfish, talking. So the garbage truck come by. So the garbage truck they like, man, I think they make $13 an hour. So I'm did remind you this 20 some years ago. So I'm like, shit,
Right.
hey man, I do the garbage truck. Now mind you, I'm straight A student.
So
I'm
that's what you're saying. You
yeah.
saying
Yeah,
that?
me, we talking. Me and a group of friends on the porch. So but we talking about we'll work for the garbage truck. It ain't nothing wrong. So we go down to fill out the application, right? So we go down, fill out the application. It's me and my homeboy. I fill out mine. I got who's who, straight A student, 3.8 GPA, honorable discharge, all my accolades on here, right? My homeboy, he can't even, like I said, he can't even fill out. He can't even read the application. So that's my first time. You can't read, so I gotta fill out the application for him. So we take it up to the lady we in Slidell at the moment, right? So we take it up to the lady. The lady like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's good. Thank you. So I'm like, oh, she's like, see you in the morning. So I'm like, oh, we high? So she like, oh no, that's not how it works. You come in the morning, be here at 4 a.m. If they need you, they'll get you on the truck. So I'm like, so what if they don't need you? She like, you just gotta come back. So from that ride home, changed my life. Cause that moment showed me, what are you doing? You know, every day we ride and we drink and we fight and we in the streets, we doing all this stuff. My life, I felt some type of way at that moment, thinking like, what am I doing with my life, right? So at that moment, that was in October. January, I started school. I'm an undergrad, got my grad, and the rest been history. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you know, I think the change is it's inside you. You know it. You know what I mean? Nobody else might know, but sometimes them surroundings will keep you from really getting to it.
Say, I heard you say, and it was powerful. I heard you say, sometimes the people you around is not for you. It's not part of your change. It's not part of your future. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You got to come to a point of understanding. In my book, and specifically, I put in the first chapter, before you start any one of the 7 steps, is the first thing you do is say change your circle.
Mm.
To even give yourself a chance, brother.
Yeah.
You just said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you got to look around and you got to change your circle so you
Yeah.
can think clear and get around people that's either doing better than you or
Yeah.
super better than you. You know, you
Yeah.
can't be the smartest one in the room because that's where you're
Yeah.
gonna stop. So
Yeah.
when you change your circle, look like you elevated.
Yeah.
You took off like it was in you already though.
Yeah. And but the
Wow.
thing is, like the change of circle, it's that's the easiest said than done. You know, your
Right.
circle might
Facts,
be, it
facts.
might be family, it might be
Family.
somebody you 2, 3 year old kindergarten with, right? So I think change of circle is one, but you know, you got to be bold enough to you got to trust your gut, man. A lot of times we know folks not good for us and we still keep them and give them access, and
Mm.
it's the access you need to change, right? It's the
Woo.
you know, you may still feel like we the same, and I'm gonna give you the, you know, like I do still love you, but I'm moving different than what you moving, right? It's not to say that you mean no less than me to me. I ain't
Mhm.
gotta delete you out of my life. You still my people. You still my folk. But I need to start making decisions based on what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? The change part is kind of hard. When you say change your circle, change the people you're around. You know what I mean? It's even if you in the room and you the smartest person in the room, it's nothing wrong with being in that room because it might be a lot of people in that room you love. It's people in that room that'll die for you. It's people in that room you'll die for. You
Yeah,
just got to make sure you got access to other rooms. You know what I mean?
that's right.
Like I'm never gonna leave this room or the people that's in there. They're my people. But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure I'm exploring outside. I'll be right back, and I'm going to learn different things and hopefully bring something back that
Something
can
back.
change these people that's in the room, right? So
That's right.
that's the you know my prerequisite for them people that's close to me is you know, if you genuine and the energy right, we gonna run. When I come up, you coming with me. You know what I mean? I don't need to go get some. You know, you done seen. You know what some of the things we done accomplished, but my friend list the same. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you won't catch me hanging with a different group of people. Like I'm still that same person I always been. I just got $100 million dreams and you know and goals. So I
That's
still
right.
could chase that and still sit down and have a drink and chill and talk and play dominoes and chill out with my people. So you know
That's
what I
right.
mean. So I get what you now. You know some rooms you need to exit out of, but some you know it's difficult to because the people in there mean too much to you.
Oh, I totally understand. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. Because look, at the same time, you exploring them other rooms, just like you said, man. Maybe I can bring something back that they can understand better than what I was showing them. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Maybe I can bring something back that's gonna make their light go boom. But I'm
yeah.
gonna always come back with something, even if they use it or they don't. I'm gonna come
Mm-hmm.
back. y'all be cool. Wait, let me bust a move for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'll be back. And that's true. But that's why you who you is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People don't think like that. That's where you at. You know, they don't, you know, they
And the only prerequisite to stay in the room is progress. You know what I mean?
that's right.
You got to be willing to progress. You got to be willing to grow. And that's for anybody. You got a circle and y'all got a plan. Everybody in there should be pulling their weight and
That's
committed to
right.
progress, right? So no matter where you start, it's about where you finish and the journey in between. You know what I mean? So,
That's that
you know,
messy middle.
yeah, so it's beautiful. You know, like when I was in the
Mm-hmm.
Marine Corps, I used to work at Taco Bell. When I got out of Taco Bell, I was doing this and delivering pizza. Like I always been at it, man, but still on the block with my Domino shirt on. You know, like I
Mm-hmm.
always been that type. You know what I mean? To where, but everybody around me, we progressing to something. You see us look like this today, tomorrow we look like that. Next week we something totally different. So that's
That's
the
right.
beauty of life. So anybody I'm around. The only prerequisite, the only thing you got to be is genuine, loyal, and willing to commit to the progress. And we at it, no matter where we at. We McDonald's today, we Wendy's tomorrow, we Roof Chris next week. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Yeah, yeah, that's true now.
Say, look,
Mhm.
hey, you know I know. Hey, check this out. The thing about what scare people the most about change is the stretching, it is the pain, is the everything that change go through a metamorphosis. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Yeah,
some people don't want that. They want what come with the change, but they don't
yeah,
want the progress of the change. They don't want to
yeah,
go through the rigorous studying of the diet or the obedience,
yeah,
just the work. They don't
yeah,
want to work no more. They see what they see, they want what they want, and they don't want to go through nothing to get it.
yeah,
And that's where I think uh we finding the problem at. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Especially with the online things, people put things online, and if you look at it, you'll think they have no, but offline they hate each other. They
yeah,
can't stand each other. They cursing each other out. They pushing each other down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Instead of just being who you are and growing from there, and not
yeah,
saying that you can't grow. You just got to be willing to grow. You said it.
yeah.
You said it a
And I
million
mean,
times.
it's really that person you see in the mirror, man. You know, it's you can't lie to him or her. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that person in the mirror is really the uh like you say, it's just the thought of changing sometimes. It's like fighting Mike Tyson. Fight over before you even get in there. You psyched out before you even get in. So that's what change do to us sometimes. Before we even go through it or even attempt to go through it, we already gave up thinking it's too big, right? And you fighting, like you say, you putting on facade for the world, but that person in the mirror kicking your butt every night. They
Kicking your
jumping on
butt.
you every day. You know what I mean? So it's so, and it's, I done saw it, man. I seen, I know folks who wanted to change, couldn't change, and came to their last days, and they couldn't even enjoy the last days because all they thought about is if they would have did that change back then, what would have been different. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's 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 rough sometimes because like you say, the black people, us struggle. How we came up. It's almost like we're born with PTSD sometimes, man.
Yeah.
We've been through so much, man, and we still every day gotta go through so much. It's not easy. It's like a whole nother and it's like a class on top of a class. We go learn what the world tells us, then we got to learn what we need to learn on top of that. Just to be not even successful but safe in this world.
Mhm.
We our worst enemy. We got to worry about your boy in the corner. We got to worry about the people. We got to worry about the. What I mean? It's just so many things. They think we the scariest thing walking,
Mm.
but really and
Right.
truly, bro, we the prey. We
Yeah.
man, everything we see got it out for us. You know what I mean?
Even
So
ourselves.
you know what I mean? So it's hard being us, man. So when you think about that alone, Then you add in the change that's necessary that we know we need to do. Sometimes it's just it's you so fatigued from dealing with the world, you really ain't got much left to tackle this change, man. Sometimes you got all the good intentions in the world, but it's rough sometimes, man. So I know there's folks out there that's thinking, man, there's so much more I want to be doing. I want to be doing so much better with my life, but I'm so fatigued. And I tell them folks, man, listen, what you need to do is it's like you got a glass, take it and throw it on the ground and break it. Then you just start picking up and dealing with one piece at a time. You know what I mean? Because it's too big to deal with on your own. You gotta break it up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta drop it, and it's gonna look worse. But once you pick it all up, you be done with it. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
it's not easy, man. But you know.
My boy in the comments, Rise, what's that, my G? He said, they're scared of the sacrifice. How much you think fear have to do with change?
I like that sacrifice word, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Everybody want it, but what are you willing to do to get there? You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's. Can you hear them puppies in there?
Yeah,
You
a
hear them?
little.
You can't. Hold on one second.
They cut up. What's up, Rise, baby? I see you, man. Thank you for the feedback, brother. That's what's up, man. For tapping in, man. Everybody who tapped in, thank y'all for tapping in, bro. It's all love.
But yeah, that sacrifice word is a powerful word, man. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's we all want it, but what are we willing to do to get there, right? So, yeah, right. He hit one there with that sacrifice. It's like I say, bro, sometimes you have so many things working against you. You know, folks will acknowledge and know you talented or know you got something, but they don't have it. So you don't even know, but they plotting on making sure you don't even explore it and make sure you find out you got it, you know. So it's
that's
just,
crazy.
man, it's we done all seen it in every
Yeah,
aspect of the world, whether you in the trap house or the schoolhouse or the
yeah.
jailhouse or wherever you at, man.
And then the one that's hitting probably got more motion than you do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You hating on my little
yeah,
motion. I ain't, yeah, you know what I'm saying? God,
yeah.
what's going on?
Trying to tell you, and it's a monster, bro. So it's when we, you know, you give folks advice about change and embracing change, and it's not easy, bro. And even the folks who giving advice will acknowledge it. It's not easy.
It's not. It's
It's
not.
not easy, yo.
It's
It's
one of the
doable though.
most. Oh yes,
It's
yes,
doable.
yes. I
It's
can I can
doable.
stand here today and say I'm a prime example of
Yeah,
if you know it's
yeah,
doable. But I'm a truther. I'm uh, man. You got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to give up
mhm,
some things. When I said I was, I wasn't ran. The feds ain't was on me. I ain't catch no charge. I made a choice between my family and the streets, and I said I wanted my family, so
yeah,
I sacrificed my street life, and
yeah,
I loved that. I died by that. That's what
yeah,
I thought. But when I
yeah,
went to seeing that the streets wasn't packing fair,
yeah,
they wasn't keeping it real like I was keeping it
hmm,
real.
yeah,
They wasn't doing the things I was doing for them. They wasn't
yeah,
doing for me. So
yeah,
I know one thing: either I'm gonna lose my life, or I'm gonna lose my life to the penitentiary,
yeah,
and they're not even gonna rock how I would rock for them.
yeah.
So man, I want my family. I quit,
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things, like
and it was
leaving
hard.
the leaving the streets, and when we say leave the streets,
The
I think
adjustment, man.
one of the things we talk about with the streets, right? It's almost like a folks check your resume all the time. You've been a D boy,
Mhm.
you was a shooter, you fought what you really did, right? So when I say leave the streets, it mean anything you was doing. You could have been hustling cars, you could whatever you doing, leaving the streets, right? So when you leave something like that behind, man, it's the hardest part is like you know what's in you, but you know the world challenges you in ways to make you bring them that person back.
Like
So the biggest
monster.
fight is not leaving the streets. The biggest fight is containing that bell or containing what was really behind that curtain, keeping them quiet and being able to function in the normal world. Because, you know, it, like I tell folks all the time, it's easy being crazy. You know, the hard part is being sane. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
You know, that's the hard
Thanks.
part. You know, doing the right thing is the hard part, you know. So, uh, you know, when you leave them streets, man, and it's a battle every day until you because you know what you are. People gonna push you,
Yeah.
and you know what the young you would have done. You know what the old you would have done. It would have been over already by now. But you gotta let that go. You know what I mean? So that's a hell of a fight all by itself too. Once you
And
do
then
make the change, staying committed to the change is sometimes difficult.
another thing about that change is, see, just because you change, the streets ain't changed.
Oh yeah,
And because you stop doing something, that don't make the people look at you. And you could be going to church every Sunday, you could be doing this, still gonna look, oh yeah, he got them bricks. Oh yeah,
yeah,
he doing
yeah,
this. He
yeah,
probably killed
yeah,
somebody yesterday.
yeah,
And you ain't been in the streets and I don't know when, but they
yeah,
outlook
yeah,
don't change.
yeah.
You know, even though you have changed, so you have to have the know and the strength to be like, laugh it off, chunk the dudes. Nah, brother, you right, and
Yeah,
keep it moving.
yeah,
Don't let the enemy pull you back in there because
yeah.
well, I'm speaking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I was in a situation and I'm trying to change, and I tried to change a lot of times before I really changed.
Mm.
I I always diverted back when something got hard.
Mm.
When stuff when life went to hit me, and I'm diverting back to what I knew was
Yeah,
easy for me. Let me go
yeah,
get that. Let me go run and do this. Let me go run. I can fix this. I know
yeah,
how to
yeah,
fix it. Yeah,
yeah,
we don't got the stove. I could
yeah,
go
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't changed.
yeah,
I ain't changed. I'm lying to myself. I
yeah,
lied to my family. I lied to everybody, and I
yeah.
done that a lot,
Mm.
a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Oh, the only person I didn't lie to was God. I never played with God. I never told God, look, man, when you let me out the jail this time, I ain't gonna do it. I always told God,
yeah,
look, I know I ain't right, but I'm gonna hustle, Lord.
yeah,
I need you to protect me.
yeah,
I know I ain't right. I might be crazy saying this, but I don't want to lie to you, Lord. So I'm
yeah,
not even gonna play with you. I ain't about
yeah,
to go get in that prayer call line. I ain't about to go do none of that. I'm gonna do my own little praying, but I don't want make nobody think I'm running to God because I'm in jail. That was a
yeah.
psychological thing. But really,
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be running to God at that time.
Yeah,
But in my mind, that street combat in me was like, nah,
yeah,
I ain't doing that. Because I didn't
yeah,
saw so many brothers do that and go out there and wow, oh Lord, look at these cats. You feel me? I
yeah,
ain't want to do that. So I had to
yeah,
fight with myself. Like you say, the man in the mirror.
yeah,
My biggest fight was the man in the mirror,
yeah.
just getting
Cause
him
some
and shaking him right.
Yeah, because sometimes, London, I think it's important too, depending on what type of change you need to make. Change is multi-tiered, man. Change ain't overnight sometimes. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta set yourself up to change. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some folk, you know, they got these wild changing ideas. You know, I want to be a nurse, but you ain't even finished school, high school. You know what I mean? It's just you can't
You
beat
don't even
yourself
like
up.
blood.
Yeah, you can't beat yourself up by not being a nurse, knowing you ain't prepared yourself for that type of change. So sometimes we misconstrue change from with goals and dreams and wishes. You know what I mean? And we'll punish ourselves for not achieving a goal or wish when a mission when it's really not change. You know what I mean? Like you got
Right.
change is not. I want a $200,000 job. You know what I mean? Like that's more of a goal, right? So I think sometimes folks kind of get changes innate inside you. Those are things some people can't see. You know, when you leave the streets, they might not see you on the block no more, but that's something that happened inside you that nobody can't see. You know what I mean? it's like a female. You yearning for something and you don't yearn for it no more. People don't know what happened, why, and you done with it. That's something that happened inside you. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we kind of confuse change with goals, or wishes. You know what I mean? So when you say I want to leave the streets and then I revert back and I'm back in the streets doing whatever, it's like you got to set yourself up. What have you did to allow you to leave the streets? You know what I mean?
Mm,
So that's that. Sometimes that multi-tier, you
like
got to
that.
do little small stuff to lead to that big change.
Hmm. Hey,
Yeah,
man, that I always tell my people that I say, man, look, don't try to start with no big. Start small.
yeah,
Because if you can handle the small, eventually you're gonna be able to handle the big. So don't
yeah,
go after the big things right now. And you never done this
yeah,
before. You never
yeah,
changed before. It's your
yeah,
first time trying to change. Change with some small things.
yeah,
So start with that. Don't try to just jump off the porch and do the big change, but because listen to me, it's not gonna
yeah,
work.
yeah.
It's not.
And
It's
I
just
say this
not
too,
there.
we need to make sure you take inventory, right? So
Mm,
sometime, man, we just like I say, you don't take credit for the small changes that you make, right?
mhm.
It's if you got to walk to the store and the store, 5 blocks away, and you take credit for them 10 steps you done already made. Even
That's
though
right.
you still got a long way to go, you have made some progress. Make sure you take credit for them steps, right?
Celebrate that.
So
Yeah.
like when I was in Marine Corps boot camp, one thing it was like, you got 3 months of everything. Only thing that made you allowed you to make it is knowing you one day closer to the door, right? You one
Wow.
day closer, right? So make sure, that's one thing for the folks. Make sure you take an inventory. Success don't always come in one size.
Mm.
You take them small successes, them small, if you used to do this, and that, and now you just doing that and this. Hey man, take credit for that. You know what I mean? Even though it may not look from the outside that you in the chain, you ain't doing all you used to do. Take credit,
Right.
use that, and just start chipping away at it.
Man, see, bro, this is dope, bro. Look, another thing I want to, I know we had this real. I mean, it's such a. I, I know the past couple of years you've been taking some major losses as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I want to, first and foremost, my heart, my condolences goes out to you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And I know, them shoes are familiar to me. How do you deal with the grief in your everyday, uh, like your everyday journey? Your grief. Because you took some major ones. You know what I'm saying? This ain't
Yeah,
no like, nah. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. And
So
and I mean,
if you don't mind,
yeah, yeah,
sharing,
for
because
sure, for
I
sure.
need to
So
hear this too.
yeah, so for me, it's lost my sister. It was 7 of us: mama, daddy, 3 sisters, 2 brothers. Lose a sister, then mama go, then daddy go, sister go. In the last 5, 6 years, we go from sitting around barbecues, playing dominoes, thinking, man, we lucky, to man, we wiped out. Nothing but me and my brother left, right? So when you took them kind of L's and beyond, it's really no L. It's a nasty feeling, right? So, but what I do is look for the stuff I do got to live for. You know what I mean? Like my kids, my family. So that's really for me, right? So and don't get me wrong, it's some hiding in there. It's some real hide. I hide behind my son all the time in his sports. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like I had to tell him the other day, man. Shit, man. I be hiding behind you just to keep my mind off of what the picture really looked like. I
mhm.
used to love home all the time. I really don't. I can't go home because home just remind me it wasn't out there. You know what I'm
So,
saying? So it's really different for me. But for the folks who done took them L's, when you think about, crashing out sometime, you think about, man, it don't even matter no more. You got to think about them folks want you to win. If it's angels in heaven, they show putting a bet on you to win. You know what I mean? So you can't. I know my mom would have never want me to be down here suffering or
Tripping.
not chasing what I supposed to be doing because of her. You know, she gonna be cheering me on. Like, let's say, show me something else. You know what I mean? So, but I will say this, man, and it's a true statement. Uh, I used to attack the world like a rhino. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about a full grown 2,000 pound rhino every day. Like, I want it, I gotta get it. Them L's, it kind of took the wind out of me. So it's like, yeah, you get the house, you get the cars. I used to be, it was $100 million a bus. Every day I wake up, it's $100 million a bus, right? So it you lose some motivation in that. And I don't know if it's a loss of motivation or you start really thinking what's important. You know what I mean? Like is it, you know what I mean? Like, that's something we all struggle with. Like, you know, we got family, we got loved ones, we have good times, but we still got goals and dreams we want to achieve. You know what I mean? So it's like, at what point do those two kind of marry together? And I think for me, I'm kind of in that little zone where I done took so many L's to where, you know, and I've achieved a lot of success. And it's like, did I trade success for them L's? You know what I mean? Was it a trade off? So now it's a, do I stop chasing and sit back and appreciate, or do I get back on that horse and ride to the next level? You know what I mean? Because that's something real for me. So them L's that I done took, wow, you know, I still go. I ain't that 2,000 pound. I'm probably 1,000 pounds. I'd have lost 1,000 pounds. Still got a horn, but I ain't that 2,000 pound rhino no more. You know what I mean? I'm trying to gain that weight back, trying to get that drive back. That, because you know I used to do it for mama. You know what I mean? My mother, I got something to show you. You know what I mean? She didn't even get to see my house. She didn't even get to, you know what I mean? So, but at the same, you know, folk be like, she looking, she know. But, you know,
She ain't never saw that house right there,
nah,
but she saw the other one.
in VA.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So
So
for
which one was
me,
bigger, this one or the one in VA?
uh, this this one bigger. You know, the other one about 47. It's about 6,000. So yeah, it's bigger. Yeah,
It's
and I
big.
mean, it's
I
so
love
yeah,
it. I
it's
love it.
yeah, man, and so that's the thing, man. It's around, you know, but it's so, you know, anybody who dealing with grief, you know,
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta, don't be ashamed to hide. You gotta hide behind things that's other people's son, kids, you know, disappear into your child sport, disappear into something else. Sometimes you gotta hide till you get yourself. I gotta get my weight back up, man. I done lost 1,000 pounds from this 2,000 pound rhino to this 1,000 pound rhino. But you know, I've been hiding, but I'm still, you know, get my weight back up and get back on that horse and ride.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that's where I'm at, man. I got to.
Yeah, man. You done took some L's too. Yeah.
I,
How you think you deal with the L's?
terrible.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People probably don't see it, but I
Yeah.
know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Terrible. Man. I
Yeah.
mean, for us, my kids and my wife, what I'm saying? But it was still sometimes that I, be snappy, just
Mm.
not good. And that I ain't like that, man.
Yeah.
Get sick, losing
Yeah.
weight, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not, there, but man,
Yeah.
I've been getting grace, man. God been giving me grace. So I've been
Yeah.
just taking it and running with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing. And
Mm-hmm.
I know each and every one of them won't see me
Winning.
do it.
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? You last in the Mohegans, man. Last
Yeah.
of the dying breed.
Yeah.
Let's make you feel it. You the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I ain't know I was, but I'm the one now. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm accepting
Yeah.
that role now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. When you got the, when you are willing to accept that the ball is in your court, you the point guard now. You the
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, bro.
Yeah,
It's on your
yeah,
shoulders. You got to,
yeah,
ain't no L's in this
yeah.
right here.
So you at
Not
you at bat, and nobody coming behind you. So you got to hit a
nobody
home
coming
run.
behind me.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody up next.
yeah,
I'm him.
yeah,
I'm him. So
yeah,
that's what I've been embracing. So I'm better.
yeah,
I'm better. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. And I think it's really, man, like a honesty, and like you say, long as you ain't lying to that person in the mirror, you
yeah.
know. And I tell folks all the time, I be hiding, cause the monster too big for me to fight right now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So if I really looked at that monster and really processed that monster, hey man, I be hiding, and I hide behind my child sports, something else, something I'm finna do,
So,
I know, I know the monster there, right? So I think, that's something folks can, don't be ashamed to say I'm hiding from it. Don't
yeah.
try to go take that missile on, and you ain't ready to take that. You know
No.
what I mean? And bit by piece, bit by bit, you process it, you process it, you process it. But I don't think that never healed. My mama was 60 something when she lost her mama, and she was like, it ain't nothing like losing your mama. Like, man, she wasn't lying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So hey, bro, it's some real L's out there. But it's some real beauty in life out there too. You know what I mean?
See,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
some real.
saying
Yeah,
my wife always said, man, sometimes the strong need strength too.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, that's a true statement. I
yeah,
never really understood it until now.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I don't want to be hard no more because,
yeah,
it hurt even trying to, like you saying, hide. That
yeah,
hurt, man.
yeah,
So I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna be human. I'm gonna be vulnerable, but I'm
yeah,
gonna shake. I'm about to pivot this, and it
yeah,
feel even better when you pivot. You feel me?
yeah,
Like, yeah, I done felt that right there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You can relate more to people when they in that dark spot and they don't know what to do. You
Mm-hmm.
can tell them like, man, it's gonna it's there, but it's gonna pass. It's gonna get
Yeah,
lighter. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You just got to embrace it, and
yeah. And the hiding is more so, you know, it's a figure of speech, but it's really a mental
yeah.
compartmental. You
Yeah.
compartmentalize, and you can't. That thing too big
But
to
sometimes you have to
swallow.
do that just to take care of your wife and your kids so they
Absolutely.
wouldn't be like
Yeah.
tormented. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Absolutely.
at. I'm
Yeah.
trying to I'm trying to save them. I
Yeah.
don't, I want them to be relaxed. I want them to
Yeah.
be okay. And the only way I can make sure that is to take care of me.
Oh yeah.
Is to make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
And when I'm good, I know one thing. I ain't nobody gonna take care of them like me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So,
Hmm. Yeah. For
I'm there.
sure.
I'm there, bro. I'm there, man. So what's on the horizon, man, for TD, man? What we got coming up, man? What's going
Oh
on?
man, got this. I gonna let the cat out the bag, but next time I told you bring me back, man. I have more
Yeah.
meat.
Oh, most definitely.
But yeah, I got something in the works, man. I think when you think about some of the stuff we facing as a nation now with all the you know, so I tell you real quick, went to the Marine Corps, 19 years old, they sent me to Okinawa, Japan, right? So I get there,
Mhm.
coming from Louisiana, all I know is if it ain't black music or rap, I don't want to hear it, right? So they got me in the
Right.
warehouse first day, listening to the music. As soon as it ain't rap or black, I'm going to change it. Hey, man, come on, Darrell. I'm like, hey, man, I don't want to hear that, right? So I changed. So second week, I might get over there to change it. I might not, right? Third week, bob my head to some stuff I never thought I'd be bobbing my head to. Fourth
Wow.
week, I'm in the PX buying Aerosmith CDs. You know what I'm saying? Calling
Wow.
home,
Wow.
telling my mama I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep. And she
Mhm.
like, boy, what? Hey, what them folks did to you, right? So, but what it showed me was like if you opposed to it, if you've never been exposed to it, you probably opposed to it,
Close
right?
to it. That's
And I
right.
think I think that's why when you think
I
about
don't
black
want to close
black
my
men,
eyes.
yeah,
I
you
don't
think,
want to fall asleep.
look at you. Yeah. So when you think
That's
about,
joint, man.
yeah, man. So but some folks never heard that, never would hear, nothing would allow to hear. You know what I mean? And I was
Wow.
one of them at one point, right? But until you open up, you'll never know. So what I did was I created a event that, that very statement. If you've never been exposed to it, you probably opposed to it. Because I believe that's why us as black men get a lot of heat. That's why folks afraid of us, and it shouldn't be. We some of the most cool, brave. If somebody have a wreck right now, I'm running out the middle of the road trying to save folks out of a burning
Thanks.
car, but they would never give me that. You know what I mean? They see me,
Wow.
they gonna think this, whatever, right? So, I got something on the horizon. I think that's gonna help kind of alleviate some of the racial tension we got in this
Attention.
nation. Yeah, man,
Thanks.
and it's good, it's fun. It's gonna be up to $50,000 cash for the winner of each category. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be real
Thanks.
big, and it's for the average person. So we coming to get you. So if you're an artist, you know what I mean, you sing, you dance, you play drums, you whatever you do, we're gonna have a category for you, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Man, that's what's
Yeah,
up, man. You
yeah, yeah.
already
It's gonna
know,
be
man.
huge, man. Yeah,
Oh man, I'm excited, man. When I first heard it, I was like, man, that's a
yeah,
no-brainer, man.
yeah,
Hey, yeah,
yeah,
bro, I got to
yeah.
be a part of that, man.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
no-brainer, man. Let's
exciting in
go.
every which way, man. We going
Yes,
live at some
sir.
of the
Yes,
events right here.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Man, that's gonna be dope, bro. I mean, and that's the thing, bro. When you can find success, but you can open the door for others to find success.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feeling. People
Yeah,
forget what you tell them, but the way you make them feel, they'll never
yeah,
forget.
yeah. And I
It's
can
like
tell you
hey,
this,
look,
man.
go out there and
Yeah,
rescue 911 somebody quick.
yeah,
I used to ride down the street saying, "Boy, I wish I get a rescue 911 moment." Because I used
mm-hmm.
to watch it so much,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
used to admire the people who used to go be saving the people. Just like,
yeah,
man, you don't go do that. I say, yeah, I go save somebody, but
yeah,
this all
yeah,
time. So
yeah.
I
But
resonate
but
with that,
they'll
brother.
but they'll never give you that though. You know what I mean? They see you, they gonna think all negative. You know what I mean? And don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, it's negative all shape, form, size, color. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to be an energy person. Feel. You know what I mean? Everybody not bad based off optics, and I just want to create a place where folks can experience at your rawest form. Come
mm,
see this, dreadlock, sagging, this, that, and the third, and meet him and have a conversation with him and be like, oh wow, just real quick, I had a dude I knew, rest he passed and got killed in a
mm,
car wreck. But he was a big boy in the streets up in DC, right? Washington
mm,
DC. And he come to one of the events I put on, and he was uh, you know, so we had like the little control room. We count the money, whatever. I'm in there. So he at the door. He come to the door. I'm like, hey, what's good? He come in, holler at me. So he got 4 people, 4 dudes standing around at the door like bodyguard, whatever. So we in there talking. He like, man, it's crazy, man. I'm like, yeah, bro, walk around, whatever. He like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So he walking around with his people. About 15, 20 minutes later, I look over. I see him talking to a little white girl. She painting, right? So, I'm like, oh, so I'm across the room, I'm looking, so they talking. So next thing you know, he go get a drink, get her a drink, they come back, give it a drink, they talk. Them 2 people would never talk in the world, you know what I mean? He
never.
big boy every day, all day, you know what I mean, in the
Mhm.
streets. 99% of his life is street life, you know what I mean, getting it in. But them 2 people would never meet, right? So she left with a different perspective of all of us just off that one interaction. You know what I mean?
Conversation, right,
Hey, just so
right,
she know now they ain't all bad. You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah, yeah. So it's
Sometimes people get a misconception, and I'm gonna say this, brother, and this is the real. Even when I was in the street and I used to deal with my different people, they had their different little drugs they liked and used to come. I never treated them in that way because I knew that wasn't who they were. That was
mm,
something they was doing.
yeah,
But I saw a lot of my younger dudes. Damn, I had to look, man. You don't doing that, man. That's
yeah,
somebody. Nah, brother. No, you don't
yeah,
do that, bro.
yeah,
And they didn't understand it, but they
yeah,
respected But I'm saying, but that's not, you can't treat them like that just because you see them doing something. Like that's something that you don't know why they do that. But that's get to know them, and then come and when they got to know the person, they were like, man, oh, you was right, bro. I had to apologize. I'm like, right, man, you got to get to know people regardless of what they doing. Just block that out. Get to know that person.
And you never really know, man. You really never know what people going through. You know, one time I was on a business trip in San Francisco. So I'm on the way back, flying back to DC from San Francisco. So I'm on the plane, and you know how they kind of, you know, it's getting late, the flight board, and ain't nobody sitting on side of me. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I might get a open seat. I don't want nobody on side of me if I don't have to be. We got a 12, 13-hour flight, you know, wherever long it was. So it get all the way to the end. So some woman come on with a kid, but she didn't have the same seat with the child. So a woman volunteered to move with the kid to come sit in the seat next to me. And I'm like, oh, man, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I had me an open seat. You done came over here. What you come over here for? You know, right? So she sit down. So on that flight, man, we got to talking, man. It was a white woman. You know, she was going on a business trip. I think she was headed to Boston or somewhere. But we talked. You know, I don't remember exact verbiage we talked about, but from San Francisco to DC, that woman told me when we got off the plane that I saved her life. You know what I mean? Just talking to her. She was like, "You an angel. You saved my life." You know what I mean? Because you know, I didn't want to sit. I thought I had a free seat. She sat with me, and I'm talking about all the way through the flight. She'd be crying. I'd be like, what we talked about? I thought we said we were done with that. You right. And I'm talking about, I'm probably 30s at this time. She well in her 40s, maybe 50, you know, so she probably good 10, 12 years older than me. And when I say, when we got to DC, the woman said, "You an angel. You saved my life," right? So I say that to say this, you know, like you say, you might be a fiend, you might whatever, whoever, it might be a janitor, it might be somebody, you don't really know what people going through. You really don't know what people are. And with me, I don't judge, right? So, cause I know I done struggled before. You know, we done all been struggling before. So for me, man, is whenever, however you can talk to somebody, just a kind word, whatever it may be, man, you never really know. It might change somebody's life. And that woman really told me that, you know, that plane ride, you saved my life. You know what I mean?
Look at God.
And I ain't even want to sit by me. I don't know how she didn't come up there while you come up here. I'm talking about how hard damn mad that I ain't want a free seat on side of me. And the woman told me, man, and she was 12, 15 years older than me.
Wow.
So you never know, man. So like you
That's why
say,
you can't judge, bro.
Yeah.
You can't slam the door. You never know who the angel is. You know what I'm saying? God might be testing you. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, man, oh, I thought you said you would come. I did come. I came 3 times. I came at the you feel me? Like you shut the door on me all 3 times.
You ignored
I
every
say,
one of
bro,
them.
look, I told you it go fast, bro. It don't play no games, bro. Especially when it's good like this, bro. Everybody, y'all done met the ghost in the dark. Now y'all know my man. You dig? I ain't hiding him no more. There you go. You heard me.
When they at H-Town, man, you got to bring them all back, but we got to get together, man.
See, bro. I call it the compound, man. Go to the compound. Man, look, you might don't want to leave, man.
We got 3, 4 parties all in one.
All in one, man. Hey, you got to be there to believe it, man. You ain't never been, man. It'll blow your mind, bro. I'm telling you, bro. But it's like that, you know what I'm saying? My homie
and
like
always
that.
good people, good time. One thing I can say, man, everybody you done brought here, they energy the same, man. That's all we could do, man. We ride on one frequency. You good people,
that's
man. That's all you need to be, man.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you for blessing mindset therapy, man. Say, bro, if do you have an email or something that people can reach you at if they want to ask you any questions or anything about I said the verses, but it's the class of the what? The clash of the what? I'm letting it out today. The clash of
don't let it out. So like I said, I tell the folk I'm gonna be back in about a month, and we gonna really
Y'all gonna know everything.
It's finna launch. So yeah. And then if you look into work, it's gonna opportunity. You love art, you music. You know we got the studio out there. You know what I mean? Like it's finna
Man got a
happen, man.
studio in his house, man. We don't gotta go out.
Yeah. So it's about to happen, bro. So if you learn
Yeah.
it, you love anything
With a
about
fireplace
art.
in there.
Yeah. And it's gonna be opportunity for everybody. We're gonna need about 200
Thanks.
folks, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We
Yeah, for
good, bro.
sure.
We good. But
Yes,
thank you for
sir. Yes,
stepping
sir. Thank you for having me,
in.
man.
Man, say, bro, that's a no-brainer, man. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming, man. I know we was been supposed to do this, bro, but
Yeah.
God work on his own timing. And
Mm-hmm.
thank you for coming, man. Here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies of developing a positive mindset, and we stand on that. Look, if you like what you heard tonight, man, like, subscribe, and share. If you can't feel it, pass it to 3 people, man. Somebody might be able to need it, bro. But look, man, we appreciate y'all for staying on with us, man. Thank you for the comments in YouTube. Thank you for the comments in Facebook, man. And hey, there's another Tuesday, another blockbuster, another drop, man. Drop the mic, man. TD, you done it. Bang.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Be good.
Good night, man.